Shh, it's no secret. It was a mess this morning. Take a look at some of the viewer photos that we're getting, and it's all over the place. So a lot of you had sleet. This was Mifflinburg around 6:30 this morning. It was really coming down. The sleet and freezing rain, then light snow fell on top of the ice that they had there in central Pennsylvania. Look at Oliphant or Troop in Lackawanna County. Freezing rain that fell there. Other places in Lackawanna County had sleet. This is New Columbia, central Pennsylvania. A lot of you saw this scene, the sleet on your decks and everything. And how about just south of Williamsport, snow coming down so hard for a bit this morning. We had such a range in what we were seeing all morning long. And we are going to make a move and head over here and talk to Ally about it. Because Ally, what did the one viewer say? All of the above.
All of the above. The other one I liked, that was like one of the first comments we got was, I don't know what it's doing, but it's whatever it is, it's doing it.
It's doing it.
And so not only did we see just such a range in just a couple of miles, but just such a range in a couple of minutes. It could be doing one thing in someone's backyard, and then a couple of minutes later, it was changing. So we saw that wintry mix for just a couple of hours this morning. Now, we are still seeing it.
I was going to say, I'm still getting messages.
Yes, we definitely are still seeing it.
And still a variety.
And still a variety, but the steadiest and heaviest precipitation moved in overnight last night. After about 2-3 o'clock this morning in central Pennsylvania, it moved east very quickly. So the steadiest and heaviest precipitation has ended. Behind it, it's lighter, it's more scattered. So that is why these winter weather advisories are still in effect until noon today. But really by noon, that pretty much has wrapped up for all of us. So not out of the woods just yet, but the really intense precipitation that we were seeing first thing this morning, basically our entire morning show. And now that's to our east. So again, winter weather advisories in effect until noon today. We never saw that upgrade to that ice storm warning, which is a very good thing. We saw that mix everywhere this morning, but a lot of sleet reported pretty much everywhere. So it may have been snow, it may have been freezing rain, but the bulk of it was sleet mixing in, which kept ice totals down. We knew these past couple of days, the snow accumulation wasn't really the big story for this storm. Yes. It was the ice accumulation, and sleet keeps those ice accumulations down. It is still ice, but it's more of that slushy ice. We had our crew, so Nikki and Jason, they just got back. They said the roads were slushy.
Yeah. So I actually just looked at the PennDOT cameras, and there's a few cars slid off the roads in spots still in Luzerne County. So that's one of the issues of the sleet, is it doesn't plow away the same as like snow does. So the salt has to do its job, and that obviously takes a little bit.
And then we are going to see temperatures warm. That's going to take a little bit too. So we are below freezing, a lot of us right now. But there it is on satellite and radar. So again, it moved in overnight last night, really just after 2-3 o'clock this morning in central Pennsylvania, moved east very quickly. Radar was never really we knew this, radar was never really doing a good job showing us what was happening for a lot of the time this morning. It was looking like just plain snow. We didn't really see reports of plain snow in many spots, maybe coldest spots, northern
some
tier,
of the higher
parts
elevations,
of the Poconos,
a couple of them, yep.
So maybe just plain snow, but a lot of it for most of the morning was that mix. And again, the steadiest, heaviest precipitation, that most intense precipitation, is now to our east. Behind it, it is more scattered, but it's still that mix. So sleet, freezing rain will actually probably be more so freezing rain now as temperatures do continue to warm.
Someone out here messaged me, here we go again. So yes, they're seeing a little bit more.
And that's, I think, why it's showing up as pink on radar. I do think it will probably be falling as what looks like rain, but it is still freezing on contact as the ground takes a little bit longer to warm. Again, those air temperatures are warming. So everything we are seeing now, more scattered, lighter in nature, but we're not out of the woods just yet. So we are still seeing that scattered mixed precipitation really for the next couple of hours, and it's moving still from the west to the east. So it's going to be more showery.
Up here, we got the best message too this morning. He says, the radar says it's snowing at my house. Right now, it is snowing, it is sleeting, and it's raining. All at once, all in one place.
And that rain, of course, freezing on contact. Yes. Yeah. So radar, with these kinds of storms, radar never does a good job at really showing what's happening. And so we really thank you for all of the reports that we got.
We got hundreds of reports this morning. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was. Pictures, reports, things like that. Again, because things were just changing so fast. So that really helped. So a big thank you. There is future radar. Still thinking as far as timing goes, these next few hours through the rest of the late morning, early afternoon, still that scattered precipitation, but then it comes to an end. There's noon today. I think it's pretty much wrapped up for all of us. And by then, temperatures are getting above freezing. So we kind of knew yesterday, maybe the day before, that not really seeing that change over to plain rain happening, not because it's not going to warm up, but just because it ends by the time it does warm up. So we are still going to see, I think, upper 30s, maybe even close to 40, but we're really not going to see anything now the rest of the day. It's cloudy the rest of the day, a bit breezy from time to time. Tomorrow will be a brisk wind. I think that's really the big story for tomorrow. But yeah, so we are going to see a totally different day for the afternoon commute. If you did have a delay, if you are going in now, a totally different story for the afternoon and evening commute. So there's a look at some temperatures. We are warming, so we were in the 20s all morning long, but we're getting to close to 30, 31 there in Pottsville, Selinsgrove. So again, approaching that freezing mark. These are air temperatures. The ground might be taking a little bit longer. So again, if it's falling as rain, it still might be a little bit longer of freezing on contact, but we will continue to see those temperatures warming now as we go into the rest of the day. But I think that's interesting about today. It's
the warmest
tonight.
Maybe after dark.
Yes, it's tonight that I think we'll hit that upper 30s, maybe even hitting 40. So 38 is our forecast high, but again, it might not be until dinner time or maybe even after dinner time tonight. So we see those temperatures warming close to 40. Overnight tonight, we do see that drop down to around freezing for overnight lows tonight. Tomorrow, partly sunny, a brisk wind, maybe a few flakes around. For the most part, tomorrow is quiet end of the week. The big story will be that wind, maybe talking some peak wind gusts again tomorrow up to maybe even over 30 or 40 miles an hour. Then another storm system.
Here we go again.
For the weekend. So the timing looks to be the most ideal for the weekend. Here's why. So I think all day long on Saturday is dry, morning into mid to even late afternoon. By about dinner time, 6, 7 o'clock, we start to see some snow showers moving in. I think they'll be scattered at first, showery in nature at first. I think the most intense precipitation falls overnight, Saturday night. There's 11 p.m. on Saturday. I do think for the most part, it's going to be plain snow, maybe some mixing across our southern tier, but it's looking like a bulk of it for a bulk of the time is that snow, plain snow, before that mixing happens. So we could be talking 2, 3, maybe 4 inches of snow, again, through the overnight hours, maybe some sleet falling on top of that. So that would bring accumulations down, a bit. But as far as timing goes, again, I think it looks to be pretty ideal. I think this is pretty much wrapped up. This is 3 a.m. You can see starting to taper off, becoming more showery. I think this is out of here by 7, 8, 9 a.m. from west to east. So there's a look at big picture again. Overnight, Saturday night into Sunday, but there is Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
Perfect.
It's out of here. So if you are traveling Sunday afternoon for the game, Saturday evening, there may be some residual cleanup, but as far as actual weather, nothing will be falling. I don't think. I think it'll be wrapped up. The storm will be out of here.
It's funny because there's very few people that are impacted by a snow sleet event overnight on a Saturday to Sunday, except you.
Me and Andy.
You and Andy. You have to come in it.
So I probably will sleep in the hotel Saturday. We'll see. I don't like driving. Everybody says like, oh, well, like there's no one else on the road. True, but I don't like being the one on the road.
Understood.
Yeah, so I think I'll just sleep better if I'm at the hotel.
But you're right, that timing is perfect.
Yeah, it really, it isn't bad. And then again, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, maybe some residual cleanup, because I think we could be talking a couple of inches. Haven't really done any snowfall totals yet. Again, that sleet, that change over to sleet, that would keep snow totals down. But I think we could be talking 2, 3, maybe 4 inches of snow with this overnight, Saturday night into Sunday. Other than that, though, the rest of Sunday is looking okay. Temperatures in the 30s on Sunday. So here's the 7-day forecast. So weather impact alert for this morning. Again, this afternoon, a much different story. Tomorrow, partly sunny. The brisk wind is really the big story for tomorrow. Snow late Saturday, coming to an end early Sunday. A brief, quiet day on Monday. Then there's the possibility for another storm later in the week.
Oh, boy. And you think of it, this morning's event was the worst possible timing.
Yes.
To be completely during the morning commute. This one, best timing of the week.
I think so.
Overnight
absolutely.
on a Saturday and
for
Sunday.
A weekend, yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I mentioned it on air this morning. My dad texted me yesterday before I went to bed last night. He said, "What are you doing? You staying in the hotel?" I said, "Well, when I go in, it's not going to have started yet, and by the time we leave today, it's wrapped up." So this was perfect for us. Not everybody else, but this was perfect for us.
It fell in the window of everyone else's commute,
yes,
but not ours.
Just our morning show, which was fun. It makes the show go by so fast.
It definitely did. And again, we do have to thank the viewers.
Yes.
You were very busy this morning with all the updates from every county, all over the place. It was
amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
See
Stay
ya.
safe.